So, gang, I really gave it my college try to go through this series. We are now in Amory Wars, Issue 2, the Second Stage Turbine Blade. As I said in the first issue, this is based off the music of Coheed and Cambria, which is cool. But I kind of flipped through. After I read issue 2, I was like, oh, I don't think I can. And so I tried to flip ahead, and guys, I don't think I'm going to proceed with this. If y'all want me to, let me know down in the comments, but let's just get into it, and I'll explain why. Other than, like I kind of expressed in the first review, the artwork is not my cup of tea. So, to kind of catch everyone up, first issue, this girl here, her boyfriend at the time, Josephine is her name, she runs in and tells her parents that she's married, or getting married. And weirdly enough, and they go out to this abandoned place, and he says, "Relax, Josephine, we used to come here all the time." And so at that point, there's like these bikers that come banging on the car, which is a really stupid move on the dude's side. I mean, you guys are adults at this point. But anyway, we start off and it says, "The devils roar off, leaving Josephine lost among the wreckage." Josephine never liked this place. And I'm not going to flip to the next page because it gets pretty graphic. Instead, you see how she defensively grips her clothes. So without having to see it, you see what's implied. "Why did Patrick want to come here? I'm so sorry, Josie. Alone! Leave me!" You know, she's hurt. Obviously, something very freaking traumatic just happened to her. And this is part of the problem why I don't like this book. A, it got a little too graphic. B, well, let's get into it. I'm going to skip, like I said, I'm just going to skip past the graphicness. But here, this is what irks my gurks. So, for those of you that weren't with us in issue 1, they told Kilgannon here, Coheed, that him and his wife were part of like this, they were upgraded essentially. And so I believe it's him and his brother or something like that, and her were these weapons, but there was a virus implanted in them. And so they said, the virus that's in you has been passed to your children, and it's going to destroy the key sphere or whatever the hell it's called. And so you have to hurt your kids. I guess looking at this through the lens of a father's perspective, anyone that would just go willing with that and not fight it in any way, shape, or form, it kind of was really put a bad taste in my mouth, especially as you could see here, where it says curses the virus in his body, the virus that he passed to his children, the Monstar virus, a disease so deadly he had to do this. They died in silence, their throats clotting from the same infection that still grows on their skin. He stares in their cold, empty eyes, and there must be another way. That right there was almost enough for me to close this book. I did not like that. Now, Josephine, she is the daughter of the Kilgannons. And you can see that she's vomiting into the sink, and she hasn't had a chance to explain to her parents what's happened yet, which was horrific. Just, I can't think of any other word than just absolutely disgusting. The poison. Baby, use the poison, and you see him coming in with a hammer. And so, right there, we don't really get to know Josephine. We're just like randomly, first issue, we see that she's getting engaged to her boyfriend from high school or whatever. They go off to have a rendezvous in this horrible part of town, which was really stupid on the dude's part. And so she comes home looking for the comfort of her parents, and he rams. You get the idea. I'm having a hard time with this, guys. And just, I get that they're trying to make this very tragic, but on that same token, you know, there's movies that we'll watch or there's TV shows that we'll watch, and it just feels very mean-spirited, and that's what this book to me feels like. And again, this was 2005-ish, I think. What was the print date for this series? Now, again, in terms of the artwork, I mean, look at this cover here. If the book had more of this art style, I would have been all about it, or even like that. but these pencils feel too loose and just does not match the tone. Again, this was like 2000 something, and then we kind of go back a little ways and it's like, at this point, digital art was still coming along. And here, about 2005-ish, Photoshop was starting to really come onto the scene. So you would think that this would have translated over. You see what I'm saying? And it doesn't. It absolutely doesn't. I can't remember. And this is how much I don't care. I don't remember what these are. The Pris, I assume. And I guess she's supposed to be a goddess that looks like Cambria. And she's like, to what pleasure do we owe seeing the priests? And we don't even really get to see anything about that. All we know is that this guy, the guy that lied to Coheed, and what do I mean by lied? We'll get into that, but he says, it's what's been left undone that will later provide complications should it remain unaccounted for. The witnesses is a very unnecessary addition, the fiancé, but he can be easily remedied. The real threat lies in the Kilgannon's last living son. One lives, yes, and with threat should this little endeavor make way to its ears. The son of three, you've heard it before in the book of Gasharad. You know what it's capable of, so dare not speak its name. Okay, can we get a little more context? I'm just saying. So anyway, they come on the scene, and it clicks. You lied to me. It had nothing to do with them. My children were innocent. It's me you want. You don't want to remove the virus. You want to use it. And before we get any more context, it leaves on a semi-cliffhanger. And then, to add insult to injury, again, the daughter. Again, horrific to what happened to her. Now listen to this. Hey, get a load of this girl. Man, it's a shame she's still not the one around. We could have had some fun with her. Hey, you still can. You had to cross the line, didn't you, you sick bastard? And it's like, good God. I don't know, guys. I can't go further. I'm sorry. I honestly really wanted to try to like this, and I'm not. I don't know. The artwork's blasé. And, I went through different websites, and people say that the story gets better, and it has its fans. And if you're a fan, I apologize. If you like it, everyone has their different story styles, and this one is definitely not for me. But at least for the sake of y'all that check this out, at least I tried my hardest to give Amory Wars a chance. But I think I'm done. There was just too much in that second issue that just made me kind of go, yeah, no, I'm done. So with that said, I apologize. This kind of became more of a rant, but I'm going to be honest. I'm not just saying, hey, this is great. You should go buy it. No, just no. So with that said, if you guys have enjoyed what you've seen or you're curious to read it and make your own thoughts about it, please first and foremost support your local comic shop or wherever it is like to get your action figures and comics and pick it up. Or the way that I did it, support your local library and pick it up that way as well. And if you've enjoyed this review / rant, would appreciate if you take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. Helps the channel more than you could possibly know. And if you don't mind hitting that fancy bell next to subscribe, that way I can upload content, you guys get notified. Come to the channel, and I love talking with y'all and hearing your thoughts and feedback down in the comments or the socials, which I'll make sure the links down in the description. So with all that said, hope you all continue to have an absolutely amazing day reading, and happy hunting, everyone.